This is quite uncomfortable and makes you look like you're taking a poop in public. So today I'm going to be taking you through how to hold a camera. This is more of a beginner tutorial, but even if you're an advanced photographer or an advanced shooter, you can stick around to the end and maybe you could pick a thing or two that you did not know about. So with me, I have this Nikon D5600 with a somewhat heavy 18 to 35 millimeter Sigma lens f2.8. It's a little bit of an expensive setup right here, but whatever camera, whatever DSLR you have will just do fine. It could be small, it could be big, whatever it is, we are going to use that one to learn today. Okay, so every other DSLR you'll come across has this grip right here, and most of them, I think all of them, have the grip on the right hand. So it doesn't matter which one is your active hand, this grip is always on the right. So the proper way to hold, make sure that these three fingers are always holding on the grip. Your index finger should be free to press on the shutter button to switch the camera on and off, and to have space to control any other dials up here. Your thumb, on the other hand, when you're not using it, should rest on the thumb rest right here, and also free to control any other dials at the back of the camera and press any other thing at the back of the camera. Then your left hand should be free to support the lens. You should not always shoot like this, although you can prefer to do that in some instances, but then your left hand should always be supporting the camera at that level. Step number 2 is, once you, like I've just shown you, that your right hand should be on the grip with your index and thumb fingers free to control the dials and to shutter the camera. Your left hand, on the other hand, your left hand should be free to support and hold the camera's weight from the lens. Like I said, you can be free to shoot with one hand, but the professional way to do it is that your left hand should always support the camera. Then that way, you can lift the camera, place it to your eye and shoot if you're shooting landscape, or you can tilt it. Notice that my left hand is still supporting the camera from the lens, and then you can shoot portrait. Way number 3, or step number 3 to holding your camera, pay attention to my left hand. When I'm holding the camera like this, my left hand is not swinging. Although if you're strong enough, you can let it swing. But at times, the reason I'm going to tell you this is because at times, you might be shooting at a slow shutter speed. I'm hoping by this time you understand what shutter speed means. So sometimes a slow shutter speed might introduce shake if it is slow, too slow. Or if you want to eliminate shake in your, or blurriness in your images, then you use a high shutter speed. If you don't know what shutter speed means, then after this tutorial, please go anywhere on YouTube. I haven't made any tutorials, unfortunately, on that. Go to YouTube, search for shutter speed and how to understand shutter speed and the other two aspects like aperture and ISO. Back to the tutorial. My left hand or my left arm, if you're shooting at slow shutter speed, then your elbow should be tucked against your body, then hold the camera like this. This will eliminate any type of shake and enable you to have much more stable footage. So you can do that, or you can do this. That is if you're shooting at slow shutter speed. But if your shutter speed is high enough, then your elbow can be free to move as you want. So that tip is specifically for when you're shooting slow shutter speed, or you're shooting from a moving vehicle or motorcycle and you want to stabilize your footage. So tuck your elbow against your body and then hold your camera. Step number 3 on how to hold your camera. Let me move a bit so that I'm not static. Step number 3 is, when you're shooting using the viewfinder, one of your eyes, in my case, my left eye is always closed and my right eye is open. So in that instance, if you're looking through the viewfinder and your feet are somehow together, so your feet are together, you close one of your eyes, then place your camera on your eye, you can easily lose your balance and fall. So to avoid falling, you introduce stability to your body by putting one of your feet in front, bending it a bit, and then doing a pivot with sit a pivot, I don't understand science. So you support the rest of your weight with your other leg. So it can either, in my case, I am right-handed, so I find that most of the time my right foot is the active one. So you stand like this with your right foot supporting your weight, and then place your camera to your eye and shoot. That way, even if one of your eyes is closed and it is windy like it is now, you're not going to lose your balance. If you are left-footed, then do the same. Left foot in front, slightly bent, and then you can shoot. You will not always be shooting your subject at eye level. And if you find that you're a photographer who is always shooting every other thing at eye level, then I think it's time to go for more training. And YouTube is there for that. So because you're not going to be shooting at eye level all the time, sometimes you might want to go lower, sometimes you might want to go higher. So in the event that you need to go lower, then again use the same method. One of your feet forward, the other one at the back, then squat, and then you can shoot. If you're shooting at slow shutter speed again, your elbows, you can use your elbows, place them on either feet or either knees to introduce more stability. So you can shoot like that. This enables you to even shoot at a slow shutter speed and still eliminate shake on the camera. So notice that I am not doing this. This is quite uncomfortable and makes you look like you're taking a poop in public. So make sure one of your feet is in front, the other one, and then take a shot. Quite a comfortable position to be in. If you want to go even lower, then one of your feet can touch the ground and you can go even lower and shoot. And of course, if you decide to be a professional photographer, then sometimes we put aside cleanliness and we don't mind so much about our clothes going dirty. Oops, my microphone is falling. Okay, so we don't care about going dirty. All we care about is getting the best shot for your client for the day. Am I forgetting anything? I think I've covered it all. So the first is the grip, how to hold the grip. Make sure your left hand is supporting the camera. The second one, support your body by introducing some leverage on your weight so that your left foot or your right foot is supporting your weight and the other one is giving you some support from the back. If you need to shoot low, then squat in that angle, support your elbows on either knees and shoot. Just a side note for safety, if you're still not used to handling your cameras, then most of these cameras come with this harness. It is free, it comes in the bag or in the box when you purchase your camera. So if you're still new to shooting, make sure your harness is attached to your camera. Then your camera can always be hanging from your neck, so that in case you're shooting and you lose your focus, even if you lose your focus, your camera will be safe on your neck. You can fall, whatever, but your camera will be safe. Unlike if you don't have the harness and you lose your focus or you lose your balance, then your camera goes with it. That's it, friends. I know you might have already been knowing about these things, but it doesn't hurt to, get a refresher course on this. If you enjoyed anything or if you learned anything from this video, please hit the like button and also consider subscribing so that this video might go to other people who want to learn the same. And up to this point, I'll be seeing you in the next one.